Hi, welcome to the weekend. It's Saturday the 12th of September 2020 and today I weigh in at 9 stone 3.8 pounds, which is ideal for me. I've been giving a bit of thought to what my channel is actually about, and it's called Jane Day SW, which stands for Jane Day Slimming World, and I think I need the emphasis to be on the slimming world. I'm a bit lost at the moment with social media because I can't really find a lot to watch that is motivation for me with regard to slimming world, and I know we're all in a different place, and maybe being somebody who is around her ideal weight is not the same as when I was Jane Day looking for weight loss and trying to pick up ideas from other people. I know what I want from Slimming World today. I know what Slimming World offers me today. I understand it as clearly and simply as I understand the palm of my own hand. It's so simple. It's laughable, really. And I think back to the number of years I've overcomplicated it. I look at it now and I know that I have free food, speed food, healthy extras, sins, and that's it. And it enables me to eat what I really enjoy today. And it enables me to take the complications out of it unless I choose to put them back in. That's where I get into trouble. So I've been looking around YouTube over the last few days. The only Slimming World people that I actually follow regularly, and I'm going to be totally honest, and this doesn't mean I don't like anybody else who does Slimming World, it's not about that. I'm not hating on anybody, but the only person I follow, I'm not going to say religiously, but regularly, and that's Debbie Fawcett. And having said that, I don't watch every one of Debbie's videos. I like Debbie's weigh-in videos. I don't watch the recipe videos because I don't cook that kind of food. I don't watch anything to do with Debbie's little dog and stuff like that because I'm not into dogs, but I do respect the fact that Debbie does Slimming World and she follows the plan. She struggles as much as I do at times, and that's real life, you know. This is not an easy way to choose to live, because I think most of the time we are having to choose against our nature. My nature is to be a greedy person. My nature is to want to eat what I want to eat when I want to eat it and act like a mardy child if I can't have it. And so to follow Slimming World and to follow it well, shall we say, I believe I have to go against my nature. And that is not always the easiest way to live. And I watch a lot of people, or I try to watch a lot of people who don't work the plan, but they still call it Slimming World. That's great for them. They're getting the results that they want, but it's not for me. Like, with regard to viewing, I'm not going to spend time watching people who do, quotes, Slimming World, who aren't doing, quotes, Slimming World, because, to be honest, I don't have enough hours in the day to do that. So what I'm asking for today is help. I'm asking for you to tell me who is working Slimming World, who is doing it, who is getting results, who is losing weight, who is maintaining a weight loss. Because I don't find these people. Maybe I'm not looking in the right place. And sometimes I think if you don't know their names, you're not going to find them. So for anybody looking for, I guess you put Slimming World in and it might come up with people. But my channel in particular, I mean Jane Day. And until I put the Slimming World SW in my title, who would have known that I did Slimming World? I don't actually get how it really works. I'm not a social media type person. I don't do Instagram, I don't do Twitter, I don't do any of those things. I don't have anything to do with any of that, but I do try to use YouTube. And I think sometimes YouTube is brilliant, and other times I think YouTube is awful. I really don't. It's just not for me. And out of all of the channels that I watched, if I listed my top 10 channels, Debbie's probably the only Slimming Worlder in there. I used to watch Rebecca, I used to watch Shell. Occasionally I watch other people, but if it's more than Slimming World, I'm not interested. I'm not looking for lifestyle videos with a tiny element of here is a Slimming World meal, or here is a Slimming World shopping haul that is full of what the rest of the family eats, because I haven't got time to watch that. I'm not interested in what the average family in the UK eats. I want to see Slimming World stuff. Even then, I don't watch shopping hauls, because I know it sounds harsh, but you've seen one, you've seen them all. We all tend to eat the same stuff, don't we? And so if I watch an Aldi shopping haul, I could watch one from this week, I could watch one from 6 months ago. They're all too much same old, same old. So yeah, so I'm looking at my channel and thinking about who watches my channel. Now I know from the algorithms that a lot of the people who watch me are not subscribed. That's fine. There's no benefit to being subscribed as far as you're concerned. I suppose the benefit would be that I would have this figure that says I have X number of subscribers, which I do, 2,000 and something I think. It doesn't mean they're all going to watch me, because they don't. I think my average viewing figures are way down on what they used to be. And that's because I chose to take a break, and some people who are not subscribed probably don't even realise I'm back. But the thing I'm telling you this for, the thing I'm getting round to, is to say that I think I'm going to change my channel name. I want it to reflect more about the totality of what my channel is about. So, if you're not subscribed to me and you want to stay with me and my channel name changes, I don't know whether you will still receive notifications. Well, if you're not subscribed, you won't receive notifications, will you? I don't get how it all works, to be honest with you. I know that the people I choose to follow, most of the people I follow are American, but the people that I choose to follow and the ones that I want to know when they upload, like Our Country Life, like Our Tribe of Many, people like that, people that I really like to watch, I have hit the notification bell so I know when they upload. So I think what I'm saying here is, I don't know how it works. I don't know whether you'll still, if you put in Jane Day, whether it'll still take you to my channel when I change my channel name. And I haven't even 100% decided what I'm going to change it, what I am going to change it to, so I can't tell you at this particular moment. I've got a couple of ideas, but I don't want it to be focused on my name. I want it to be focused on what my channel's about. So what I'm thinking of calling it at the moment is SW, It Works If You Work It, because that's something that I truly, truly believe. So it may appear in future as that. It won't appear in future as Jane Day SW. It's going to be about working this plan, because that's what I have to do. If I want to stay in the shape I'm in and don't want to go back to being the big fat 22 stone I used to be, then I am going to have to continue to work at it. And it's quite funny, I had Echo Dot in my bedroom, excuse me, and I had Echo, what's the other big thing called? Amazon Echo, the big one? Yeah, Amazon Echo. And I swapped them over. Now the bigger one had an alarm on it at 5 to 7 in the morning, and it said, "It works if you work it," and that was my wake up alarm. When I changed to having a dot, in my Echo Dot in my bedroom, I asked it to set the alarm for 5 to 7 in the morning and wake me up with "It works if you work it." Well, the first morning it did it. It must have misheard me, because I know I do mumble. It must have misheard me, and it actually said 8 works if you work it. And I was going to change it, and then I thought, no, that is actually motivation to me, because I am never happier than when my weight starts with an 8. 8 stone 13, brilliant. 9 stone, yeah, I'll take that. But 8 works if you work it. And it actually was a good reminder to me, because the only time my weight will ever start with an 8, and that for my height puts me at a perfect BMI, but the only time it will ever start with an 8 is when I am focused on working it. And do you know what I love about this plan? It does work if I work it. And when I'm working it, I'm loving it. And I'm really, really enjoying it. And when I'm not working it, I start to get fed up with myself. You know? So, yeah, my channel name will be changing, so keep an eye out for that. What I've got here with me today, I wanted to show you what Joe bought me for my birthday. It was my birthday on Monday, and thank you to everybody who gave me birthday wishes. That was really appreciated. Thank you to Monica for her lovely comment about my athletic calves. I don't know if you can see them here, Joe.
No, not yet.
No, focus down on that calf.
Okay.
Because I walk a lot, can you see the muscles in my calf? Because I walk a lot, I have probably got the fittest calves I've ever had in my life. And Monica noticed them on my video and made a really nice comment. Thank you to Helen, who's commented, and it was last night or this morning, and she spoke about my crochet. Helen, you asked which stitch I use. I use what I'd call a treble. So I would do 2 trebles to make side-by-side stitches. I think America calls a treble a double. So if you're going to look at crochet stitches on YouTube, be aware that if it's an American person showing you, they will call it a double, and it's what the English call a treble, because we have a stitch that we call a double and we don't know what they call that. But it basically is the simplest crochet stitch you can use. But as far as my Slimming World journey is concerned, it's been good for me because it kept my hands busy making my loads of blankets for the homeless and friends. So back to what Joe bought me for my birthday. We start with this book. It's called The Boy, the Mole, the Fox and the Horse. This book's been out a few months, but I really wanted a copy, and I hadn't told Joe that, but I went into Waterstones and looked at it with a friend, and she explained to me that it's very much a picture book, drawings and little quotes and things. And she said to me at the time, I don't know if it's worth you having it because you're blind, it won't mean anything to you. Do you know what? I love the paper in this book. It's got really thick matte paper, and Charlie Mackey, who wrote it, has done it in such a way that if you're so inclined, and I would be if I could see, you can draw in this book, you can write in this book, you can scribble in this book, you can just notate it in any way you want, because that's what it's intended for. Now when I say this to Joe, he's horrified, because Joe is like my mum. They like their books in pristine order, don't you?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
You'd never write in a book, would you?
No.
Because when we're reading a book and I'll say, highlight that, and he's like, I am not writing in a book. Oh, I would, I used to, when I could see, I used to write all over my books. There's some real wisdom in this book. I don't know whether you call it psychology or whatever, I'm not clever enough to say, but there's little phrases in here. I love the bit when he asks the mole what is his favourite thing and he says cake. Oh my God, when you need a piece of cake, nothing else will actually take its place. But this is lovely. Yeah, if you're in a bookshop and you get a chance to have a look at it, or if you feel like treating yourself, I think it's very reasonably priced on Amazon, but it just feels like a lovely book. Even this bit, is this where the title's written?
Yeah.
It's embossed. I like that. Feels nice. So yeah, that was the first present that Joe gave me. The second present that Joe gave, well, second and third here, this is a meditation cushion filled with buckwheat, and we've gone purple in this house. So I've got a meditation cushion, which is really comfortable, filled with buckwheat, and a yoga mat to match in purple. Purple's not my normal colour. It is a colour that I do like, and but I like matching things. So yeah, those 2 presents were from Joe. And then also he got me the shoes that I love, the Merrill Barefoot shoes in purple. So in 3 shades of purple. And I know I've said this when I've showed them before, but OMG, if you want to get walking and you have a weight problem, so you know when I was heavy, I used to wear Reeboks a lot, or Nikes or whatever. And I always felt like I had diver's boots on the end of my feet, and there was enough of me to be carting along the street without having extra weight. These shoes are so light and so comfortable, and they're called Barefoot, and you really do feel like you are. So if you're carrying extra weight and you want to get walking and you want to start the way I did, which was literally 100 yards down the road and back again, because that was as much as I could manage at 22 stone, these are the perfect shoes to start with. Because your feet feel like ballerina feet. They are fabulous. I've got other barefoot shoes that these make my other barefoot shoes, which are New Balance, feel like clogs. They're fabulous. I just can't tell you. I've now got 4 pairs. My friend Nikki always says, if you find a pair of shoes that really fit you, or you find a pair of jeans that really fit you, and I'm still looking for the elusive jeans, then buy as many pairs as you can afford, because when you want them again next year, or 2 years down the line, when you've worn out the ones you've got, you will never find them again. And these are called Vapor Glove 4s. They're already bringing in the 5s. So I'm like, these are right for my feet. I'm going to get as many pairs as I can while they're around. So I'm waiting on a pair of dragonfly coloured ones, which are like turquoises. I've got purple, I've got 2 pairs of black, I've got the grey ones. I might treat myself, if they come back in my colour, to the orange ones, which Joe's got, that are really nice. But he might not like me having the same colour as him, because it looks a bit wacko, doesn't it? Going out walking with your mum and you've got matching feet with that old lady. Anyway, yeah, so he got me those in purple too. I think at the moment they're on a good price via Amazon. So it's Merrill, M-E-R-R-E-L-L. The other thing that Joe and I have got into, Joe read about this a couple of years ago, and we talked about it at the time, and I was a bit like, that's a bit woo-woo. But there is science behind it. So a couple of weeks ago, I saw on YouTube a film documentary called Earthing. I always want to say Earthling. Earthing. E-A-R-T-H-I-N-G. So being Earth. And it's totally about getting the electricity, for want of a better word, in your body to be at the same level as the electricity in the ground. And we might say, well, there's no electricity in our bodies, but there is, because if you were like me and you've ever had an ECG, you know, an electrocardiogram, where they actually read your heart and they put little monitors on your skin, even down to your feet. They put them on your chest and everything, and they read your heart. That's them reading the electricity in your body through your skin. The benefits of having grounding, is that the right word? Yeah? Being grounded. Being grounded. Or being connected to the earth are that you are then in tune with the planet, and the earth, the planet that we live on, is the biggest relief for I'm getting all my words mixed up. Most of us have some form of inflammation in our bodies. Some of us it shows in water weight, some of us it shows in swelling, some of us it just doesn't show but it's there. So we suffer from a lot of inflammation as a human race. And the biggest relief of inflammation is the planet that we walk on. But if you think back to our history, I mean back to cavemen and red Indians and basic people, you know, hundreds of years ago, ordinary people, they lived on the earth. They didn't have shoes with thick soles that protected them from the planet. They didn't have furniture. They didn't sleep in beds. They slept on the ground. You know, red Indians sat cross-legged round campfires. They walked in moccasins made from skin that didn't actually form a barrier between them and the planet. People, the poor people of our like cities and that, years and years and years ago, would have walked barefoot. They wouldn't have had Nike shoes or Reebok shoes or Merrill shoes. They would have walked barefoot. The poor always did, didn't they? It was only when the rich element came in, you know, your royals and whatever, that they started wearing shoes, that they started sleeping on beds that were elevated from the ground and all this stuff, that we separated ourselves from the earth. And this is why a lot of people who like gardening find tranquility and balance of mind, body and soul from having their hands in the soil, because they're in contact with the planet and the electricity from. You know, you're probably listening to this and you go, woo woo. I did when I first heard it all. And then for my birthday, well, before my birthday, but actually as birthday presents, Joe bought me the thing that's under my feet. Can you show it, Joe?
Yeah.
This is a grounding mat from a company called Groundology. I'm not advertising, he bought it with his own money. This is 23 inches by 11 inches, and when you've got your feet on it, it's actually plugged in to a main socket via a cable, which is how it earths itself. So it earths itself through the earth prong of a plug plugged into a normal socket. But strangely enough, it doesn't even need to be switched on. You don't have to turn the socket on because you're not getting anything out of it, you're putting something into it. All sounds very odd, but believe me, it works. I've got my feet on this and I can feel like, I don't know whether you'd call it tickling sensations or little nerve sensations through my feet into my calves from this mat, which is like a vinyl mat, because I am now earthed with the ground beneath my bungalow, not the carpet or the wooden floor, but actually the socket that this is plugged into earths me to the ground. Now, some people have these just connected to a metal spike that is outside in the ground. There are different ways of doing it, but this earthing video documentary on YouTube is worth a watch. There's also a book by the same guy. He's Clint Over, I think his name is, or Clinton Over. The book is called Earthing. You can get it on Audible, you can get paper copies from Amazon or any other bookshop. But it explains to you how it works. Now, I'm no scientist, so I can't explain to you how having your feet connected to the earth, that the easiest way, Joe will get that, it's parcel. The easiest way to explain it is to say that if you don't want to spend any money, just go outside, stand on your own lawn, barefoot, and you should feel it. Joe was a total skeptic. He now believes in it. He's got the same equipment that I've got. It works. Joe's been in pain for years with medical condition, shall we say. I'm not going any further than that. But he started to use these pieces of equipment that we've got. And he was like, the pain's gone. And you don't even realise it was there because you've lived with it for a long time until it's gone. And it's when it's gone, you realise that, hey, something's missing. I've noticed that since I've been using this, I am sleeping so much better. As an older person, I used to get a lot of aches in my legs, from the knees down. I'd lie in bed sometimes at night, my legs would be twitchy, and I'd be like, my calves ache, my ankles ache. Since I've started using this equipment, that's gone. I'm just telling you these things in the hope that somebody who's interested will look a bit further into it. The other piece of equipment we've got, and we've each got these, is a band which you can put on your wrists or your arm. I'll put mine on my arm. It has a cable and a plug, and I've got mine in a twist. This stretches so you can get yourself a good distance away. This is to ground yourself at night. Now at night I actually put it on my ankle because there's a plug opposite the bottom of my bed, and I plug it in there. And without sounding sort of dumb, because I don't think I'm a dumb person, I feel so much, shall we say, leveler in the way I'm going to sleep. I'm waking up feeling quite tranquil and peaceful. I'm sleeping better during the day. I'm not as easily tipped emotionally, shall we say. I just feel better for using it. Now, okay, each of these pieces of equipment is going to cost you about 35 quid. You might not feel that you want to invest any money in any of this nonsense, as you might think it is. So what I'm saying is, the very basics of it is get barefoot. If you live near a beach, you're a very lucky person, because actually standing on soil near water, amazing. You get every benefit from doing that. You don't need to buy anything. Just get your feet unwrapped and onto the ground. So if you can go and sit on the sand, if you can get your bare skin onto that sand, if you can walk in shallow water, anything natural, nature will provide. You don't need to buy anything, so you're not going to invest anything in this to see if it works. Just get yourself out and stand on your own lawn. Now, we tried that, and we're both a bit like, oh God, don't like the idea of creepy crawlies. Because I'm blind, I do not want to go walking barefoot anywhere because I'm terrified of treading on something I shouldn't tread on. And we did stand out on the lawn, didn't we, Joe? And we both felt the power of the earth, but Joe had got an ant crawling up his foot, which then made me think I could feel something crawling up the back of my leg, and it wasn't the most pleasurable experience. So standing outside on the lawn or walking barefoot in the wild isn't for us. Hence, we chose to buy the stuff. But I would say, even if you're just a bit curious, look into it a bit further. In the book it tells you it helps fibromyalgia, it helps MS, which I thought was quite amazing. Headaches, aches and pains, all sorts of things, you know. It's just interesting. And I'm trying to spend some of my life learning about things that are interesting. Because being slim is lovely, but my life hasn't changed in any other way other than I can now fit into smaller clothes and sit in smaller chairs and not take up a double seat on a bus, etc, etc, etc. There's so much more to life than just being slim. And I'm just trying to find like which niche I fit into. Because I'm meeting some very interesting people with some very interesting ideas. But you don't just want to copy everybody else's ideas. You've got to find who you really are yourself. Well, I believe that anyway. So I'm trying to find who I really am. And I'm not just Jane Day Slimming World, but I don't want my channel to be about much more than Slimming World and the things I do on a daily basis. Because I don't want to start coming on here and being desperate for something to tell you. I don't want to start coming on here and being that desperate that I make a cleaning video or something like that. Because that's not who I am. And I'm not here to entertain you. You might have clicked off by now, so you might not hear any of this. But yeah, I am trying to be the real Jane Day and not be influenced by too many other people and thinking that I should compare myself with anybody else and do what they're doing or be what they choose to be. Or I want freedom. You know, when you get to 64, if you can't be yourself, you never will be, will you? That's how I feel about life at the moment. I'm not interested in being anybody other than me. And if people don't want to watch me because they don't like who I am or what I'm about, that's fine. You know, I'm not looking for viewing numbers or subscriber numbers or anything like that. You know, this might end up just being me and Joe, and that's fine too, because it documents my journey. And as far as documenting my journey, it's all very interesting, but it's not until somebody comments on an old video, like somebody commented a couple of weeks ago when I did a video called 10 Essentials, which I still need to go back and watch because I might redo it and say how that affects me today. Somebody commented on that and I thought I ought to really go back and watch that. But I don't really go back and watch my videos because when I do, I'm kind of like, Jiminy Cricket, that's not me today. That's just not me today. But I suppose that's the purpose of documenting a journey, because you might start that journey in London and 3 hours later you might be in Nottingham and 3 hours later again you might be in Durham, and then you keep going and you're in Edinburgh, and before you know it you're in Inverness. But it is a journey. But if you look out of your car window at all those different places, you are in a very different place. And I think of myself today, I know where I am, I know what I'm about, I know who I am and all this, and I want to share some of that to document my journey. But the one thing I'm really, really confident of is I am not the woman who started this channel like 3+ years ago or whenever it was. I am really not that woman anymore. But then back there, you know, well, it must be more than that actually, because I remember celebrating my 60th birthday and we're just past 64. But yeah, so that's where I'm at this week. 9 stone 3.8 and living a very grateful life. Hopefully see you soon. Take care, stay safe. Bye.